Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Let's continue. So we were in the middle of this conversation with Marquez.
Senior Marquez. Right?
And I guess we're gonna get some information. Let's see. If I'm remembering correctly, I clicked on all of these things. So I didn't click on these, then we'll click on these, and then we'll be done. Just trying to see everything that we can see. There probably is a second response, however, on things like the paperclip.
Do you have any use for a paperclip?
Not right now.
Yeah, he did say something different before.
I found this completion note for the security work done at the gallery. They went against my recommendations.
And now my painting has been stolen.
I get the small feeling that I might actually be further behind than most people, or almost all players of this game.
What do you think of this?
I would not use it to clean my shoes, monsieur.
Well, to be honest, neither would I.
Because we've been playing for about 4.5 hours, and they said this was about a 10-hour game, so we should be halfway through the game. And if this is halfway through the game, that is going to be a grave disappointment. Wouldn't be super surprising, but it'd be a disappointment, certainly. This is weird that I'd have to go back, but I think you could have seen the Eiffel Tower from her windows, and now we just have a painting of the Eiffel Tower instead, and a different angle in which you see out the windows.
Do you need to borrow my nail clippers?
I prefer to bite my nails, monsieur.
Gross. So we need to know more about the Gnostics, I think.
So the painting contains an Ouroboros, a Gnostic symbol.
It is a symbol of eternity, that is all.
Well, that's not very much information. This guy is not going to tell us about the Gnostics much. Hopefully there's a character in here we can do some research on and get more of that backstory, because that's what this series needs. Is the first game Shadow of the Templars kind of needed more backstory on the Templars. We kind of got a little bit of that in the second game, but still not enough. If they're just gonna mention the word Gnostics a couple times and then move on from that's gonna be kind of lazy.
So, La Maledictio belongs to your family.
Indeed. Once it was stolen, I did not believe I would ever see it again.
You must have been excited to see the painting again.
It was a miracle.
Well, that's odd, because I thought we would have something here.
Matchstick?
Yes, I know.
Do you think the gallery owner was in on it?
It sounds likely.
So, do you want the cookie?
No.
We'll just go through everything again, I
Did I
guess.
introduce you to Trevor?
You did. You are an odd man, Monsieur Stobbart.
Alright. So that bumps us right out of the conversation. And as far as it seems, there's not even a thing to do here. So the next step is to call Waterloo Motors, which is in London, and see if we're gonna end up going to London, which is not a bad idea.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi.
How can I help you?
My name is George Stobbart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
Well, your helmet.
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
Well, we know it was the guy with the tattoo.
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. Brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Words to wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, isn't he? I mean, that's all I know, mate. Sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Now, I personally would have asked their address before anything else,
Good work.
in case I needed to
has
go
to be the
down there and
guy.
investigate it.
And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable. But it will do. Come back quickly. With the painting, eh?
So off to London we go. Yeah, there is a definite
cabbies.
problem that if the people at Waterloo Motors are in on it, they may have lied to him about all the
For
other
a place like this in
information
London, you've got to be good at something.
after he said he was investigating a murder. Seriously? And the game crashes again. Actually, this time it's a different crash. Failed to allocate memory. This game is a buggy mess. There's no reason whatsoever for a company like Revolution Software to make a PC game this buggy. So when did it last save? Let's just skip through all this. So I would have asked his address right now
Can I help you?
My name is George Stobbart.
before you give
I'm
him any
investigating
information
murder
and
that
give
was
him a
committed
reason
in
to
Paris.
lie.
What's that got to do with us?
Let's see.
The guy we're looking for.
Oh, yeah. It's a very...
I don't.
What on?
The killer had a.
So we'll click through all of this since you just saw it.
He don't mess about. The car's...
A lot of clicking there.
Good. And
How about?
The
For a
bed-
10-hour game, this game has already crashed 3 times, I believe, if not 4. So you're talking a hugely
London
unacceptable
cabbies.
amount of
Gotta love
crashes.
this is the place.
If this was a 60-hour game and it crashed 3 times, it would still be
To
unacceptable.
afford a place like this in London,
I give it-
you've got to be good at something.
I give games about 1 crash per 60 hours, maybe
Clear
2.
on how we're going to do this?
If you're up
Yeah,
to the 3rd
we're two
crash,
insurance
it's
investigators, see?
your game is
we fanoodle
broken.
our way inside, butter Madovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Fanoodle?
Yeah, fanoodle. You remember how to fanoodle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need major league fanoodling in this one.
You got it.
So he's doing the voice again. I don't know why they always write George to do a stupid voice at some point in these games. Hey, and we're playing as Nico again, which means she'll show her press card and that's about it. Now, in a modern game, you might think you could just talk to George and then switch over to him, but that
Hey,
won't be the
Josh.
case. Here.
What's up?
Seriously, how are we going to do this? According to Ronnie, Madovsky's the real deal.
Coming from Ronnie? That's quite a compliment.
If Madovsky's the killer,
We need to be careful. Which suggests...
I use my Gallic chant.
Exactly.
This feels like too much of a front yard for any house in London. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe on Ducky Street, some houses do have yards, but I've never seen a building in London that had any kind of grass. It's always the streets are right up against to the sidewalks, which are right up against the buildings. Guess we have either the gate or the intercom, so let's talk in the intercom.
No answer.
Well, kind of happy for that.
It's locked.
And I can have her walk, but over here on the right there's no further place to walk, which is kind of weird because this doesn't look like this is really a fence. It seems like a half-height barrier that you could easily just jump. And then over here there's nothing, so we have a large topiary and spiral topiary, and what else do we have to click on? That's nothing else.
It was topiary in progress.
Two-headed winged beast of some kind.
The bush was perfectly shaped.
See, there's a sprinkler head here too that feels like there's something here. Now, I have looked at the achievements of this game, and there's like 2, I would say, achievements that are
Excuse me?
for finding Easter eggs.
Hello?
I don't know if I'm gonna actually find them all, though. It seems like all the rest are story based.
We're here to see Mr. Madovsky.
So?
Let's see. So, driver, Madovsky, gardener, topiary, press card.
Showing him my press card would have blown my cover.
Interesting. Let's see.
I don't suppose you know Mr. Madovsky's driver, do you?
And who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Collard, and this is my colleague, George Stobbart.
Given real names
isn't
when
that
you're
nice?
undercover.
Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or laughing boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
Well, that didn't work.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
So I don't think he's gonna tell me anything about Madovsky either.
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost.
Hi, guess who?
So I'll try everything here, but it doesn't seem like anything's
do
gonna
you want?
work.
Do you work for Mr. Madovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I blooming work for him.
At least we
will
know
you
we're at
stop
the right
asking all these
house.
blooming questions? Can't you see I'm busy?
Hi, guess who?
They needed a second, third, and fourth response
What do
to
you
her
want?
saying, starting the conversation with him. Because that's very repetitive.
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows,
Topiary is a transition form.
that's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet,
It's not enough, is it?
not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you've given me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. Had a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
What
So,
a weird
anyway,
line of conversation.
This is my latest piece. What do you think?
So do I say it's good or bad? Honestly, I think it's a little gauche. But I'm going to say good. I think it's too much.
It's very nice.
Let's see. Eagle, bush, bird. Let's see what's the right response. Well, bush, we'll go with that.
Bush. Yes, as bushes go, it's lovely.
Oh, I knew it. I'm being too ambitious. A few basic geometric forms and I think I can rival the great Canius Matthias Calvina himself. Well,
What?
better to know
Who?
now. Appreciate the honesty. It's a pleasure to meet someone I can trust.
You're welcome.
So that was really, really just oddly written. Very, very oddly written. It feels like there needed to be a conversation puzzle there. Well, I realized he was obsessed about his topiaries and could say something to seem like I had any interest in it and was a willing ear to listen to his theories and troubles. But instead of him talking very in depth about his topiaries, she jumped in and knew exactly what to say out of the blue, and that just seems very strange. But whatever. I mean, I may have missed a Easter egg there, saying good and then one of those other animals or bad might have gotten you an Easter egg. That is kind of the problem with having achievements in a point and click story based adventure game, where if you want to get all the achievements, you very well may have to play the game twice with a walkthrough, and that would certainly suck, because this story up to this point has not been worth playing once through, let alone twice. Anyways, let's move forward and see if he'll talk now.
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Malédiction, a painting that belongs to him, has been stolen. If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Madovsky? French bird. Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing. The gate should be open. I'll take you inside.
And
Follow
so,
me, please.
because I chose him first and I didn't get any information about the driver too, it feels like I lost some information there. This room looks very, very similar to a previous scene in
Mr. Madovsky will be right with you, madame.
well, it looks a lot like the remastered elements that were added in Broken Sword 1.
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
It's
Welcome, welcome.
interesting the text
Good day,
moved
monsieur.
as he moved.
My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, George Stobbart.
You are here to discuss La Malédiction, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
So, do we go hard or soft? Well, if we're trying to trick him, I think we start with a softball. Interesting options here.
My apologies for disturbing you, monsieur, but I'm afraid we must ask you some questions.
So be it. The loss of a painting is nothing compared to the loss of a life. Ask away.
I want to look at this book, I want to look here, I want to look out the window, I want to look out at all of this stuff, and I have this feeling I'm going to have a conversation and just leave this place and never come back. Let's see.
Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
What a weird
Well,
statement.
the planet won't save itself.
Who's your restorer?
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs. He did a little cleaning work on La Maledicción, that's all.
It's odd that we wouldn't have found some records of somebody restoring the photo. The painting. There should be all kinds of records. Let's see.
How did you come into possession of La Maledicción?
I purchased it at auction.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon.
So, do you have receipts? Let's ask that.
Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course. I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting. Someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur. What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
Really? Because from what I've heard, you're the boss of it.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned, if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too high. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
And
I think that's enough for now. When do you expect the claim to be paid out?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
Monsieur Medovsky, I'm sure you...
Please excuse the interruption, sir.
What is it, Shears?
Hobbs is here.
Tell him I'm busy.
He mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
so the game oddly hitched.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
Like, it oddly hitched after she had done all of the conversations. Like, they couldn't even program a simple test to see if all conversations had been
Very
exhausted
clever creep at that.
quickly.
We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
And see, I
Good
imagine
idea,
I'm going
George.
to play as
You
George.
search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Yep. So typical. Nico can't do anything physical in any of these games. We gotta have George do it since he collects all the items.
Leather-bound classics. Bought by the yard, no doubt.
But I suppose it is worth having just one character have all the items and be the person who picks up all the items, because there were at least one game where he went back and forth and gave items between the characters, which made it slightly more complicated, but honestly I wouldn't be upset if that was still the case. It would add some more puzzles to this game.
Guessed. Keyboard was Cyrillic.
So we have a Cyrillic key typewriter.
SD G or F.
So we can't do anything with that. Let's look at the cigarette box. I'm glad we're actually doing something here. There's a couple of angels.
It was a beautifully inlaid cigarette box.
I kind of wanted more description
It was
than
a
that.
beautifully inlaid cigarette box. The catch had snapped.
Will the paper clip work?
The paperclip just flexed and slipped off the catch. The wood would have been too weak. Sadly, the catch would have been too thick to cut with nail clippers.
So we need to find something we probably don't have to open that.
Can you hear what they're saying?
Yes.
You should not have turned up here, Mr. Hobbs. I made it clear I would deliver the package later today.
I wanted to make sure it got to me all right. I've got a lot of work to do on it.
This is most inconvenient.
Medovsky's arguing with his visitor, Ops, about the portfolio.
That portfolio is important, I'm sure of it.
Odd that we look at the cigarette box and then it triggers that. And I assume we're not going to go through this door or this door yet.
It was a Russian privatization voucher. I wondered why Medovsky displayed it so proudly.
And I can't look at anything on top of the cabinet, just in the cabinet.
Medovsky in Libya. Happy days. What kind of guy hangs a picture of himself and Colonel Gaddafi on the wall?
The kind who will commit murder in order to steal their own painting.
That's going to become a very dated reference very quickly.
Medovsky had left the cabinet open. On the shelf inside was a business card and a scribbled note. I picked up the business card. It read, Wilfred Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. I made a note of the address. Then I put the card back where I'd found it. No point arousing Medovsky's suspicions.
That seems very odd that instead of just having us click here and look at it and then get the address, they took gameplay away from us.
It was Hobbs's business card. I'd already taken the address down.
Yeah, why would you do that? Why would you program any game to take gameplay away from them?
The note read, L. Serp drawings for you to check. W.H. Now we're cooking with gas. I wondered if the painting could be in the portfolio that Medovsky had taken. I suspected the medals weren't from the Moscow Debating Society. See a penny, pick it up, then all day you'll have good luck. A Russian imperial egg. It looked rather plain. It was a thank you note from a British politician. Medovsky certainly had some dubious friends. Everything was in Cyrillic, except for a number. 1869.
Well, 1869.
It seems Armadovsky has friends in low places.
It's like my boss said. The guy wants to be a player.
So we got a coin, which might open the cigarette case, and then maybe we type in 1869 into the typewriter. Maybe we open this door, maybe we open that door. I don't know. What I'm not seeing here is any real obvious path towards finding something helpful. Let's see, how much have we gotten done? Just 2%. And take note again, it has been a long time since I started recording this game. 67 hours and 53 minutes. It's the program's been paused for most of that. For a point-and-click adventure game that only takes 10 hours, I should have beaten the entire game in 10 hours. But, man, it is really, really hard to stay interested in this game. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.